can count on it. You can count on it. You can count on me. You can count on me too. You can count on it. You can.
So, you know.
Oh my god.
Oh my God.
Ahmad. Yeah,
Ahmaud
not Amir.
Arbery.
Ahmad.
Ahmad Arbery.
Hashtag
Yeah.
say his name.
Yeah.
First, rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace, man. And what the hell, man?
I didn't watch that video. I read the description. I couldn't watch that shit. I saw him fighting the dude with the gun, and I was just like, yeah, I'm not about to watch this.
Bruh, and that'll segue me into like another thing. I'm really sick of these videos. One, just being so easy to watch. That's number one. And so many people resharing them. And then people resharing fucked up videos and being like, yo, look how fucked up this is. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, but how is that different from people watching fights? Yeah, people like
Nobody's
to watch
dying,
fights.
though.
No, I know that's the limit, but what I'm saying
Yeah.
is, I'm sure it's the same psychological deal where you're watching something horrible, and you're watching something horrible, yeah, and some people just enjoy that. You're watching something not good.
Bro, like all right, so long story short, let's go back to that story though. So those two dudes have finally been arrested. The father and son duo that shot him, or I think it was only the dad that shot him, but apparently there was some like, well, of course there was extreme white privilege. They shot somebody in the middle of the street that was working out and didn't get arrested.
Yeah.
But there was also ties to the police station.
Yeah.
Because the dad used to work for one of the people in like one of the police officers or something. Like he's connected to the police department.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So they pretty much framed it in a way so that it didn't even need to go down. Like he could just get off easily. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's crazy. It's fucked up that like black people, we have to get stories to go viral in order for y'all to arrest us for killing them. For killing us.
Yeah, for killing us.
Like, why
and
is
you're
that-
already dead, so it's like
Like when do you ever see a black person killing a white person and nothing happens to said black person until white people make a viral story about it? Like,
yeah.
and we get to see the footage. Or I mean, even if we didn't see the footage, I mean, they're arresting us off of fucking nothing.
The strength.
Off the strength. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like we have to drop the entire murder video out to make an arrest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So,
Like,
it's like I need to see what happened.
I need you need
before-
millions of people to see it before you're like, you either gonna detain somebody. You know what I mean? Like the basics. Like
he's white. He couldn't have.
no way he did
The
that.
person that was recording was like a friend that was like following him.
Yeah, because it looked like he had like a car cam, like a dash cam or something. Like one of those. Yeah, that's what it looked like. Which after that happened, that made me do two things. One, I remember there was this like car cam where it was like a 360 mirror. It was a 360 recorder. So it was a rear recorder and it was a front recorder. And it was like, and it's only like $100 or like $150. It wasn't terrible for what it did for you. You know what I'm saying? Recording all your movement and actions and audio when you're in the car, and it automatically turned on when it felt like G-force, I guess, of the car rumbling on. So like it would only record during transit, and it pretty much almost got 360 of your car. So that if you get pulled over and you need to be pulled out of your car or something of that nature, make sure you want to go to the front or the back so that your camera can pick it up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it'll pick up the audio just like a police car. And it's not that expensive, and it'll save like a week's worth of footage. And then with the oldest footage, it'll delete that as the new stuff comes in. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But that's good. It's something that we need, number one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because if we get pulled over, bro, we have to have our own proof so that if we get fucking shot and we get killed, at least our parents or somebody can
use that as evidence.
Use our footage, put it online, and if they can't make no headway in court, at least they can get social media moving to press the issue. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's so crazy because I never thought that with all this like virus shit going on, I never thought I was even going to see something like this until next year. Like some kind of black person getting, innocent black person getting shot thing.
Yeah.
I was like, I thought we were over that.
But you know what? Maybe the police are on chill. They're like, we'll let them live right now.
Or are they bored? Like the white people were bored and
I
shit.
take that back because the police shot that one dude on Instagram Live. I mean, on Facebook Live. It was I don't know what his name is either, but it was this light-skinned dude, and it looked like he was like in a high-speed chase. He was like on the phone or like, he was on Facebook Live. And then he jumped out the car and started running. And then you heard the shots going off, at least like 15, 16 shots. And then a body cam footage got released of the police officers joking like that's gonna have to be a closed casket.
Yeah, and apparently the dude that said that was black.
He sounded black.
Yeah.
He sounded black, and that's one of them lost niggas that we talking about.
Yeah, and we
That's
also
what I-
have to take into account. Yes, there is racism in like the police force and all that
yeah.
stuff, but at the same time, I overall also believe that this is a police brutality thing. Where
Yeah,
it's
this is definitely
the police in America are just trigger happy.
They are.
They can't wait
especially
to shoot
towards
your ass.
black and brown people.
Especially, yeah.
yeah.
You know?
I was just watching the video of a white dude attacking the cops with an axe.
Oh,
Bro,
really?
they got so close to cut. He got so close to cutting one of them cops.
Bro, that shit is crazy, bro. Like
A whole ass axe,
a white person can have an axe, a knife,
a gun.
a gun, and they will not squeeze.
Remember that black friend?
But a
that,
black person pull a wallet out their pocket or have a knife in their hand, even though you could technically shoot somebody if they have a knife in their hand.
Yeah.
It's like they're not even letting them. They shooting them. They're starting to shoot from 100 yards away, damn near.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like a white person, they let them get up to 6 feet from them before they even act.
Yeah.
And they still might not act.
But I guess that that mutual friend, black dude who got angry on your post about white privilege, I guess he wouldn't agree.
Who?
Remember
yeah,
that
yeah,
when you
Tom,
posted that last year? You posted a picture last year, and then
know-
some guy you like he
Oh
surprised
yeah.
the hell out of you.
Let's do an update on him, actually.
Really?
Oh yeah, I mean he's
Oh,
still.
shit, this is
I never unfriended him or anything like that.
Yeah.
I just was like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Shocked. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Bewildered.
But I still watch his activity, and he's like a full blown liberal. Like,
Liberal or conservative? You seem conservative.
oh my bad, y'all know what the
Oh,
fuck I'm talking
conservative.
about.
Okay,
yeah, conservative. But
Yeah.
like saying wild shit, like he's still all for Trump and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a little crazy. It's a little wild, man. But rest in peace to that. To that
young
man
man,
as well.
man.
To that one too as well.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, both of them.
I mean, I guess the police is doing that bullshit too. Still, I mean, nobody said we're never safe. But the other thing that made me do was the guy that was running. I bought like a different type of holster. Like I got an ankle holster and I got one that can fit if I'm even like doing something athletic, walking around and shit. I can wear athletic clothes and you still can't print. You can't see my pistol on me because this shit crazy, nigga.
But it's so crazy. Like, do you even hear what you're saying? You're protecting yourself from the police.
and white people.
Oh yeah, that is
both.
true.
But
Oh
yeah.
yeah. That's right. It wasn't
Yeah.
a police that did it, but he has affiliation with.
Yeah,
the police,
yeah.
right?
But
okay.
I'm police. Yeah, I'm protecting myself against all y'all. I mainly started buying guns and protecting myself because of how I saw black men getting gunned down. Yo, I'm not going.
2010s, it was trending.
Yeah, it was fucking a regular thing, bro. Every week it was the police, and I'm sure it was white people killing that are just jogging through their neighborhood. We just weren't hearing stories because there was so many
Yeah,
police
that's true.
killing
Exactly,
people.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It just became a trending topic. Like once Trayvon happened, it was like the rest of the 2010s. It was like black person.
That's
down,
all
black
it
person
was,
down.
yeah. And it was like that's the main reason. Like, of course, to protect. I've always wanted one to protect my home and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But man, I'm protecting myself from y'all,
Yeah.
you white people. I'm protecting it from you. If you're not the white person that would shoot a random nigga running down the street, I'm not talking to you. But there are, as you can see, there are white people who still hate black people to the point that even if you're jogging, we can fucking lose our lives. So I'm strapped up for y'all. Because if I do die, you catching one too, period. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's crazy, but that's how black people like me and some of my peers, and that's how a lot of black people are thinking, bro. We're always in a state of paranoia and shit. And I'm not even from the trenches. Like, let's keep it real. Like, I'm not from like the hood and shit. I never had a deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not from like Section 8 housing and shit like that. I wasn't raised in that. I was raised in suburbs. So I don't even have that PTSD. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's people who have that PTSD on top of what the police might do to you or a random white citizen. They twice as bad as me. I just got online, from the shit that I see PTSD. If I had that on top of me, I'd be a loose cannon out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what I'd mentally be. I'd be fucking unbalanced as hell because I'm already a little off with just the level that I have. You know what I'm saying?
You know, it's so crazy. Like people don't really take into account like when people think that black people are just losing their minds, thinking that the government is against them or the police officers are against them. They don't seem to realize that when it comes to like the KKK, a white supremacy group, KKK, that's not an occupation. You know, that's just a fucked up hobby. But what that means is,
As a fact, though, yeah.
every single member of those people in that, every single member actually has an occupation outside of it, you know?
Exactly.
Which include, but are not limited to, police officers, judges,
doctors,
lawyers, doctors.
Because black women especially have issues with the doctors not telling them when if something is wrong,
helping
you
them
know
out.
what I mean? Yeah, like, or they'll say this has been happening to me, and they're brushing it off, and then 10, 15 years later, they die from that little thing that they were trying to check.
Yeah.
You know what
so
I mean?
How are we expecting things to get better when white supremacy is secretly sprinkled throughout our entire system?
Yeah, man.
You know, like the person who works at the gas station down there could be a Klansman for all we know.
That, literally,
So
yeah.
like the Klansmen, they're almost like the mutants in X-Men. It's like once they take off their costumes, they look just like us. Like
Exactly.
they blend into the crowd. Like they look
yeah.
human until they show their superpower, which is racism.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
yeah.
oh, he called me a nigger. He must be a mutant.
And don't let them have resources, because
Yeah.
then they're even more dangerous.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
and
saying?
be in high
They'll let you know
places.
too.
Yeah.
I'll fucking kill you, nigga, and get away with it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a fact. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like they're
Dad's
secretly
not
among
wrong.
us. Once they take off their hoods, we have no idea who they are. So it's like,
Yeah.
But it goes into high places, probably at high levels of government. So it's like,
Absolutely,
how are
yeah.
we ever gonna
Feel
get
safe.
better? Well, yeah, when white supremacy is the foundation of our fucking
Yeah.
country. It's just like the Black Panthers. As soon as they were rising up, they got shut down easily. You know,
That's,
but
that's why the same with
KKA
the
still
game.
thriving.
You just watched well, we could start over if you'd like.
Hey.
You just watched the Three Oak podcast instead of listening to it.
You just watched the 3 o'clock. Okay.
Thank you for watching the Three Oak podcast.
Subscribe.
Listen to that guy.